Hey people, patriots, lovers of freedom. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with something. Um, won't be as long as my usual stuff, but was just flipping through some news articles and I came across one that said, caught my eye. It said, colleges are offering gender inclusive housing, but queer students say the programs aren't perfect. So I decided to let me check it out. It's by USA Today. Let me see what's going on. Maybe somebody's being harassed or whatever the case is. So I go to click on the video, and of course a commercial comes up before the video starts. The story, I guess, starts. And it's only a commercial. It's a minute and 2 seconds. And I watched the video, I should say the commercial, and boy, did I lose a fucking gasket. This whole transgender ideology movement, I can't even, I don't even have the words. It amazes me how it just keeps mutating into more and more victimhood. And I'll tell you why. The article that I wanted to read was about colleges offering gender inclusive housing, but the queer students say it's not perfect. Welcome to the real world. A lot of housing isn't perfect, especially for our homeless vets. Right? But then for the commercial to start before that, to include more victimhood, like I said, it made me blow a gasket. Now I'll play the commercial, and then I'm going to put my 2 cents in. Here we go.
I think that shopping and finding outfits for folks like myself has been really traumatic. We started Karen Finch really out of our own personal frustration. We were tired of walking into the men's section saying, hey, we really like those styles, but they don't fit our bodies. When I put on a dress, it truly, in the core of my being, isn't how I feel authentic. And it's okay that someone else does. That's great. I'm happy that that makes you happy. But what you feel when you put on that dress might be how I feel when I put on a suit. It's really all about how do we create options for folks that want to be able to express themselves authentically. And it doesn't mean that because you get that, then that is less for someone else. It means that for our customer and the people that our brand speaks to, that allows them to have their outside match their inside.
Okay. Now, it's not about the clothes that I'm mad at. It's not about the fact that women want to wear suits. It's not unheard of. It's not even about the fact, in a way, that this woman started a clothesline exclusively for non-binary fashion for trans people and women who aim to promote gender inclusivity. I'm reading that off the top of the screen because that's what it's all about. What made me blow a fucking gasket was this, and I'm going to rewind so you guys can, whoever didn't hear it, you can hear it again. Let me see if I can get to it.
Like myself, has been really traumatic.
that right there. To say that not being able to find clothes that fit you is traumatic. Because you believe in an ideology where you think you're a man and you can't find a fucking suit that fits you when you walk into a man's store. Okay? That's why it's called Suits for Men. They also have stores where they make suits for women. But you've got it so deep within your puny little skull that you're a man, and since they don't have your suit size in the men's store, you find that traumatic. Okay. You know what I find traumatic? And I hope the person that, made this commercial, I hope she sees this video. I'll tell you what's traumatic. Okay. Last winter, I went to the grocery store, actually the supermarket. When I walked out the supermarket, it was freezing that day. This is all true. I seen a homeless immigrant guy with a Bible freezing his ass off. And I asked him, because he asked for some money, I said, what? And he was freezing. I mean, his hands looked purple. And I said, what the hell are you doing out here? In Spanish, because I speak Spanish. He says that's where they dumped him off. So I took my happy ass, okay, to the discount store next door, because that was the closest thing. I bought him a thermal lumberjack shirt and a coat. And I took it out to him, and that man could not stop thanking me. See, that was traumatic, seeing a homeless guy outside. What's traumatic, okay, it's kids in third world countries. They wear their clothes till they fucking turn to tatters and disintegrate off their bodies because they're so damn poor. That's traumatic. What's traumatic is, I don't know, a woman on her wedding day gets out the limo as she's walking towards the church, a bird might fly off and shit on her dress and ruin her whole day. That's traumatic. What's traumatic is being born in a household, and the next school year when you go to school, you're being picked on because the older students make fun of you because you're wearing the clothes that your older brother, and if it's a female, your older sister wore the year before. That's fucking traumatic. You see what's traumatic? What's traumatic is people in this country who deserve help from the government for, I don't know, their medicine, cancer research, cancer operations, are being told, no, fuck you, fend for yourselves. But they go and they cater to the transgender community, and they'll pay for double mastectomies, cutting off a boy's penis, giving girls abortions. You see the correlation when it comes to saying traumatic? So now you're going to make a shit ton of money just to dress comfortable, like you say, when in fact all it is you want to do is dress like a man. Which in my case, it doesn't matter how a person dresses. I mean, women wear jeans, okay? Scottish men wear kilts. It's nothing new. Women wear what do they call them, pantsuits or something like that when they go to work. Like I said, women wear suits to go to work. But you felt, since you walked into a man's store, You had this brainiac idea to say, "Oh, you needed to start a clothesline so that everybody is gender inclusive." But here's the thing: it's funny how you think clothes it's what makes a man or a woman. What I find traumatic is that this whole transgender ideology, it just it seems like every fucking week there's another level of victimhood. And it's sad. Everything is about something that makes you feel traumatic, offends you, hurts you. And meanwhile, I look at the clothes that you're going to make a lot of money off because now you got a fucking niche. But now here's the thing. You'll make your money and that's good. It's called capitalism. Who knows? You might be a Republican. I don't know. What's going to be traumatic is that now you've made, and I'll read it from the top, non-binary fashion for trans people and women aims to promote gender inclusivity. What you just did was put a brand label on the trans community, because what's going to happen now with all the poor trans people that can't afford your line of clothing? You just put yourself on a higher plateau because now you feel you need to dress a certain way because it was traumatic that you couldn't find the right clothes. Funny, isn't it? The way this whole transgender movement attacks people over status. And now here you go, making a line of clothing because you felt that it was traumatic to you to walk into a man's store and they didn't have a suit that fit your size. That's because you're a woman. The same way some dude feels like a woman and he walks into a woman's store and they don't have his size in a dress, that's because he's a man. And they don't make dresses for men. You should have walked into a woman's store and find out the suit would have fit you, but something tells me you didn't want that because it might have been too girly for you. I'm True Outlaw Patriot. Stay vigilant, keep praying, and keep praying for each other. Peace.